Sha'Carri Richardson's journey has taken an unexpected turn, and the questions are growing. Is it really over for Sha'Carri? What's going on behind the scenes? Is she cracking under the pressure, battling mental hurdles, or is there something more at play? This story is just getting started, and you need to hear the truth. Just a year ago, she was untouchable, wowing the world with her incredible performances. But now, we're seeing a different side, one filled with unexpected struggles. Could this be the end of her dominance in track and field? You won't want to miss this. Stay tuned for the untold story of Sha'Carri Richardson and get ready for what's coming next. It was August 2023 in Budapest, Hungary. The atmosphere at the World Athletics Championships was electric, and all eyes were on one woman, Sha'Carri Richardson. She had been written off by many, criticized for her flashy personality and previous setbacks. But on this night, she silenced every doubter. Running in lane 9, considered a disadvantage by most sprinters, Richardson blazed down the track with a ferocity that left everyone stunned. She crossed the finish line in 10.65 seconds, securing her first ever world title in the 100 meters. The crowd exploded. This wasn't just a race, it was a statement. Sha'Carri was back, faster and more drastic than ever. But as quickly as she climbed to the top, the cracks began to show. What happened to the woman who looked unstoppable under the bright lights of Budapest? Could this be the start of her downfall? Or a turning point in her already dramatic career? Richardson's gold medal in Budapest was more than a victory. It was a deliverance. For 2 years, she had been haunted by the ban that kept her out of the Tokyo Olympics, criticized for her inconsistent performances, and mocked on social media. But here she was, proving her doubters wrong in the most spectacular fashion. Her powerful finishing speed was the highlight of the race. While others faded in the final meters, Richardson surged ahead, leaving the competition in her wake. It was a performance that reminded the world why she was one of the most exciting athletes in track and field. But even in that triumphant moment, one weakness lingered: her start. Richardson's reaction time off the blocks was slower than her rivals, a recurring issue that has plagued her career. It's a flaw she's managed to overcome with her top-end speed. But for how long? Following her Budapest victory, Richardson carried her momentum into the Diamond League circuit. She won in Zurich, defeating Julian Alfred of St. Lucia in an exciting race. Fans were ecstatic. It seemed like the world champion was finally finding her stride. But just a week later, in Brussels, everything unraveled. Richardson lined up for the 100 meters, a race she was expected to dominate. Instead, she finished last, clocking a shocking 11.23 seconds, far below her usual standards. The track world was stunned. The backlash was immediate. Social media burst with criticism, questioning her ability to maintain consistency. Was she losing focus? Was the pressure getting to her? The questions loomed large. The day after her disappointing 100-meter performance in Brussels, Richardson was scheduled to compete in the 200-meter. But in a surprising move, she withdrew without explanation. The silence only fueled speculation. Fans and analysts debated the reasons. Was she dealing with an injury, taking a mental health break, or simply regrouping after a bad race? Whatever the reason, it left many wondering if Richardson was grappling with more than just physical challenges. One of the biggest hurdles in Richardson's career has been her starts. In the world of sprinting, the start can make or break a race. For Richardson, slow reaction times have often left her playing catch-up. Even in her victorious races, like Budapest, her starts were far from perfect. Olympic legend Michael Johnson has repeatedly pointed out this flaw, saying, "Sha'Carri's start is inconsistent. It's a real struggle for her." At the Paris Olympics, this issue cost her dearly. Despite being a favorite for gold, her reaction time of 0.221 seconds left her trailing early in the race. Though her blazing finishing speed earned her a silver medal, it wasn't enough to capture the top spot. For Richardson, it was another bittersweet moment, a reminder of how close she is to greatness, yet how far she still has to go. Richardson's career exists under a severe spotlight. Every win, every loss, and every decision is dissected in real time by fans and critics alike. While some admire her strength and bold personality, Others are quick to tear her down when she falls short of expectations. The criticism reached new heights after her silver medal in Paris. No Fraser Price, no Thompson Hera, and she still couldn't win, one commenter wrote. Another harshly labeled her a fraud, questioning her legitimacy as a champion. This constant scrutiny isn't just exhausting. It's a pressure cooker that few athletes can handle. For Richardson, navigating this storm has become as much a part of her journey as the races themselves. Despite the setbacks, Richardson continues to deliver moments that remind us why she's special. When the pressure is highest, she doesn't just show up, she dominates. If her 2024 season was any indication, the answer is a resounding yes. She didn't just qualify for the Paris Olympics, she stamped her authority as the fastest woman in the world. At the US Olympic trials in Eugene, she clocked an extraordinary 10.71 seconds, ending the season with the year's fastest time. This was not just a race, it was a declaration of authority. The year 2024 was a roller coaster for Richardson. It started with a commanding win at the Prefontaine Classic, where she clocked 10.83 seconds, leaving stars like Julian Alfred and Elaine Thompson-Herah in her wake. The victory was more than just a win, it was a statement. With every step, she reminded the world why she's a force to be considered with. Her Paris Olympic campaign, however, proved bittersweet. Competing in the 100-meter final, she fell short of gold, finishing second to Julian Alfred of St. Lucia. For most athletes, an Olympic silver would be a career-defining achievement, but for Richardson, it symbolized unfinished business. In her own words, "I'm growing, I'm developing." These weren't just empty sentiments. They reflected a woman determined to master her craft despite setbacks. Sha'Carri Richardson's story is one of grit and triumph. Raised by her grandmother, she faced immense personal loss, including the death of her biological mother. These tragedies could have shattered anyone, but Richardson turned them into power. She burst onto the scene as a prodigy, capturing global attention with her raw speed and unapologetic personality. But her journey hasn't been without challenges. Her slow starts, a recurring issue, have tested her ability to maintain dominance in the sprinting world. Critics, including legends like Michael Johnson, have pointed out this Achilles heel, but Richardson continues to defy expectations with her explosive finishing speed. At the Budapest World Championships in 2023, she silenced doubters with a breathtaking gold medal performance in the 100 meters, clocking 10.65 seconds despite starting from the seemingly disadvantageous lane 9. That race was a reminder. When Richardson is on her game, she's untouchable. Despite moments of inconsistency, Richardson remains one of the most electrifying athletes in the sport. Her victories are a masterclass in determination, and even her setbacks only add layers to her compelling story. Track and field is as much about mental toughness as it is about physical prowess, and Richardson embodies both. She's not just running for medals, she's running for something bigger, to inspire a generation, to redefine what's possible, and to leave a legacy that transcends the sport. Yes, her starts may occasionally falter, but what she lacks in reaction time, she makes up for with an unmatched finishing kick. That final surge is her signature move, and it's the reason competitors fear her even if she trails early in a race. Richardson's 2024 Olympic silver wasn't a setback. It was a stepping stone. It showcased her strong will and reminded the world that she was never out of the race. Every criticism fuels her, every stumble teaches her, and every victory cements her legacy as one of the most dynamic sprinters of her generation. Being an elite athlete isn't just about physical ability, it's about managing the mental challenges that come with being in the spotlight. Richardson has spoken openly about her struggles, and it's clear that the weight of expectations is immense. Some fans have suggested that Richardson take a page from Noah Lyles' book. The sprinter recently took time off to focus on his mental health, and it paid dividends. Could a similar break help Richardson reset and come back stronger? When she's on her game, Richardson is nearly unstoppable. Her closing speed is unmatched, and her ability to perform under pressure has created some of track and field's most memorable moments. But the question remains, can she find the consistency needed to truly dominate the sport? If her past is any indication, 2025 could be the year Sha'Carri Richardson solidifies her legacy. With her unmatched speed and relentless drive, she's primed to make headlines once more. Here's the truth. Despite the obstacles she faced, Sha'Carri's greatest chapters are still ahead. As 2025 begins, all eyes will be on her. Will she break records? Will she overcome new challenges? One thing is certain, she'll rise to the occasion. Because when the stakes are at their highest, Richardson doesn't just compete, she dominates. Stay tuned. The next chapter of Sha'Carri Richardson's journey is unfolding, and it's bound to be one for the history books. Sha'Carri Richardson's journey is a powerful mix of triumphs and challenges. Slow starts and moments of inconsistency have tested her, as seen in her bittersweet silver medal at the Paris Olympics. Despite the setbacks, Richardson's explosive finishing speed and mental toughness make her one of the most dynamic athletes in track and field. Her story of overcoming personal loss and criticism inspires millions, proving that grit can turn challenges into opportunities. But with 2025 ahead, Richardson has the chance to refine her start. If she can work on this area, there's no doubt she will dominate track and field like no one else. Her explosive finishing speed and mental toughness have already proven she's unstoppable when everything clicks. The future is bright for Sha'Carri, and we're excited to see what comes next. It's a buy from our side, but we want to hear from you. What do you think? If Sha'Carri Richardson works on her start, do you believe she can dominate track and field in 2025?